How we doing, boys and girls? Good morning. Welcome in. Welcome. It's sunny. I know. It's really nice weather outside today. It's nice and cold. It's crisp. The sun's out. It's not been raining for 24 hours, so everything's nice and dry. So what better way to spend the day than sat inside playing video games? Of course, that's exactly how we're going to do it. Gonna have to go out for a walk. Well, I took the dogs out this morning. The dogs were quite happy. You lot have seen my dogs there. She's down here, or one of them. They're super fluffy, so they have no objections to this sort of weather whatsoever. They have never felt cold in their life. So, why did I get ads when I'm subbed? That shouldn't be the case. That shouldn't be the case. Twitch shouldn't be doing that business. Not entirely sure why that is. Why is my coffee bean icon blinking at me? Introducing channel points. I think I know about those. Thanks. I've done a disgustingly low amount of effort in those at the moment. We should probably fix that, to be honest. But welcome in, Stro. Hope you're doing well. Hang on, it's a Thursday. You got a day off. You got some holiday booked. I hope that's the case. Hope you're chilling. Hope you're relaxing. I was watching some of the. I know I said I was going to stream last night, and real life got in the way, which is why I didn't. We bought. I think I told you guys yesterday that we had a small little sofa bench thing delivered for the kitchen, and Mrs. Manthieus had decided that it was smart to get a small little like coffee table type thing to go next to it to put like a lamp and a flower and that sort of stuff on it. She found one. It was in the store that was close to us, so we were like, okay, we'll quickly go get it. That won't take long. Famous last words. Go to the store. This little coffee table's like 16 euros. I was like, fine, this will be a half an hour job. We'll get that done. We'll have some dinner and then I'll throw the stream back up. No, you cannot go into a department store apparently and look and buy at one thing. It doesn't work, does it? It doesn't work. An hour and a half later, we still weren't home. She decides that we should probably pop to the shops to grab some food. Okay. And so this was 8 o'clock rolled round, 8 o'clock last evening, and I still hadn't started the stream again. And I'm going to be honest, I was tired. I watched some of the Race to World First last night instead. Didn't even really play the game all that much yesterday, but it was quite relaxing. I needed to chill for a few hours. So. Countryside life sounds pretty awesome. I don't mind as long as I have close access to some city. I'm not a city. I'm not a city boy, but nor am I a farmer Andy. I kind of need a little bit of both, if I'm honest. So where we are now is kind of convenient that we are not too far from what could be considered a city, but we're also far enough outside so that, we get some of that country live stuff going on. It's nice. It's nice. I hope today we should log in now, right? And we should have a 19% anniversary buff if everything is going to plan. What's going on up here then? 2 hours left on my contract. Champion of the Dragonmore clan. All reputation gains while in Cataclysm dungeons will be applied to the Dragonmore clan. How? What? How and why and what and who and where? Oh, I've got Dragonmore clan tabard on. I have no idea why I've got that on. I guess the 19% buff, what's in the mailbox? Nothing particularly in the mailbox. What's going on here then? Is it not even active yet? Is this what it is? Am I an hour early? It doesn't start. It doesn't start for another 40 minutes. Oh, there we go. That'll be why then. It doesn't start for another 40 minutes. It doesn't start till 10 game server time. I've started the stream a little bit early. That's why. That's thrown me. I usually start the stream at 11, and I've started the stream a little after 10 today, or 9 server time. So that's thrown me a touch. How's 10.2? I've not really looked into it any yet. If you played 10.1 at all, it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. In fact, it's exactly the same and less, in my opinion. But like, my view on it is from a very jaded place. Honestly, it was copy paste, absolutely 100% copy paste. The new zone's fun. The new zone is fun whilst there's lots of people in there, and it will keep you busy for a few days. But that's the problem, right? It will keep you busy for a few days. There's once you get your renown sorted, and once you've maybe collected a few of the pets and a few of the mounts the zone has to offer, the event has very, very little meaning to you, unfortunately, from that point on. So you're going to probably... You are probably going to do the Super Bloom event significantly less, because the reason people are doing it right now is mostly to get seeds. Seeds so that you can go plant the seeds, and you do the Super Bloom event to get the dewdrops, which means you can grow the seeds, which when everything goes to plan, they pop out into a nice mount or a nice pet, and you are good to go. The issue will be, though, is that the event itself isn't like super gameplay wise. You follow a big tree dude, you follow the tree dude, you kill a few ads, and then 15 minutes later he stops moving, a boss spawns, and you kill it. It's the same every hour. Every single hour. It's a time sink. It's a time sink event. That's all it is. But it's weird because it's a time sink event that happens every hour on the hour. It happens 24 times a day. So there is no opportunity ever where you are more than like half an hour away from the event starting, or from an event. So it's not like people have to log on at a specific time and they plan their day around, oh, the Super Bloom's on, we'll go do this now. No, if you miss one, it doesn't matter. It genuinely doesn't matter. This is one of the things I think is a bit of a detriment to this faster pace of events. Sometimes if an event is only every 4 hours or something, if an event is every 4 hours, then when that event is on, people go do it, People go do it. When the event is up, people go do it. And that has a bit of a longer tail. No FOMO, though. That's pretty good. The zone doesn't particularly offer much FOMO, no. There's not much fear of missing out here. There's not too much fear of missing out at all, no. We already last week were able to get to Renown 15 out of 20. 20 is... theoretically it's not even theoretically. The Race to World First guys hit 20, but they had to do it by like just aggressive amounts of farming, because the seeds in the new zone, the seeds do give you a very, very small amount of reputation every time you complete them, so you can just grind them, and that's what a lot of guys were doing last week. Some more legitimate than others. There were some bugs, there were some exploits, as there always is. But it's, today we should be able to head over there. Once again, not really until the event is started, because I kind of really do want to wait for the extra 20% reputation. There's no reason not to at this point. Get the rep as high as we can, and then see what we do. Profession-wise, 10.2 is turning out to be an absolute flopperoonie. The new embellishments are tragic, actually tragic. The old ones are still holding strong. The new ones are in a dire situation. There's no love for the new embellishments at all. BIS lists have started to come out, and BIS lists are not highlighting anything regarding the new stuff, which is sort of worrying. Because there was very, 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 very small amounts of new stuff added this patch. There was 3 new embellishments, 1 new plate helm, 1 new enchant, 1 new health potion, and then, you know, your basic stuff like your contract. That was like pretty much it. Oh, your default set of PvP gear, which is already a saturated market. So it's been a tough one. It's been a tough one. My plans for 10.2, I think, long term, the long tail of 10.2, I think, if you want to be doing any form of gold making, it's going to be, you almost have no option now but to set up like a full, luckily I've kind of got half of it already, but a full region-wide setup, which you can start getting used to. You can start understanding how other realms work, other realms' prices, other realms' demand, other realms' supply, this sort of stuff. So when 11.0 turns around and the warband kicks in and it's all made a little bit simpler to do and you can do it off one account rather than, you know, needing multiple, it'll be easier. But understand it just in time for it to not be relevant. Well, I think the bar was lifted so far in Dragonflight as regards to gold making. The low hanging fruit taken away. The bar was lifted. If you want to be making any gold, you got to be doing something way above average nowadays to have any chance whatsoever. The bar got lifted really high, and my suspicion is that bar isn't coming down anytime soon. We'll see how things like gathering and stuff start to look once we get alphas and betas, but I tend to just feel that Blizzard are probably quite enjoying the situation they're in with the economy right now. Blizzard are probably absolutely loving it because it's probably making people buy tokens considerably more. Because there's really not much on offer for players that, you know, want any hope whatsoever of like playing the game for free, for example. On the bright side, I invested 20 million into the Shadow Flame stuff and made an absolute killing yesterday. Yeah, you probably would have done. The Shadow Flame stuff, the hindsight's, you know, hindsight is 2020. One thing I would have really enjoyed doing would have been putting a little bit more, because I have all of the recipes, right? I have my Shadow Flame stuff. What would have been nice to have done would have been to have stepped in and bought a bunch of Shadow Flame essences prior to the patch. I still reckon that there's I mean, considering I have a boatload of artisans metal to burn, I could probably craft a bunch of these and make some pretty good progress with these. The obvious issue I'm going to have though is I'm day trading on the price of the Shadow Flame essence, which is the core component here. I do though, not that Awakened Fire has really risen in price much, but I have got a fair amount of that stockpiled up anyway. I think crafting and selling a whole bunch of these may not be a terrible idea, but we'll have to see. I want to go. I want to get over to the new zone, but I'm half an hour early. I wasn't planning for that. I wasn't planning to be early. That's not my style. I have some buttons to press, though. That's true. Let's get some of these made. The yeah, the embellishment situation's a bit of a farce right now. None of the new ones seem to be of any value to anybody whatsoever. I was taking a little bit of a look at this, considering we've got 20 minutes or so to kill. I was taking a little bit of a look at the Dreaming Essence. Now, obviously, we only have, as far as EU is concerned, we only have a day's worth of data on this. But Dreaming Essence over in the EU, considering this came out yesterday, this was only accessible yesterday. 2,500 Dreaming Essence is currently sat on the EU auction house. It's down to 3,000 gold apiece. The At 3,000 gold apiece, I don't see it rising in value all that much, because there's one really, really, really big problem with this. That anything that uses Dreaming Essence regarding crafting, nobody cares about. It's only used in 4 things. It's used in 3 embellishments and the weapon and the new enchant. And nobody wants any of it. Nobody wants any of the crafted items. So nobody is proactively buying huge quantities of this. Nobody's super keen in, squirreling a bunch of it away in case it dries up in the latter half of the week. Because the truth looks right now, unless Blizzard step in and make a change, that nobody cares about the new embellishments. Nobody particularly cares about the new enchant all that much. The previous stuff is running wild, though. The previous stuff is running wild. When you look at Dreaming Essence on NA, which have had that little bit extra time, because obviously they start the evening before, you can see a similar pattern. Not as many available, but significantly cheaper in price. It just continues to go down and down and down and down and down. Although it wouldn't take much for somebody like Hicons to come in and clean out the entire market, just as just to try see what's going on here. Team NA is way more susceptible to like shenanigans here. You could take out a vast quantity of the NA market for practically pennies. Look how much of it's clumped up under 2.5k. But none of it matters if nobody ever needs to buy it, because the crafted items aren't selling. This is the thing. So is the entirety of the goal making now just pushed towards market manipulation? Even less so than that. Market manipulation is borderline impossible to do nowadays, because demand seems to never ever actually outstrip the supply of stuff. And because so many people have looked to do things like squirreling away materials, so many people have spent a vast amount of the gold that they had on buying something in the hope it would be worth more later. Because so many people did that, and now so many people are trying to sell the stuff that they squirreled away. The even brand new patch demand is unlikely to be able to work its way through all of that. So the price doesn't actually go up. It doesn't go up. This is why you need gold making at different. You need gold making options at different levels. If you push everybody into the same level, it all goes horribly wrong. You need some people who have absolutely no gold and need to spend some time making it, and they do things like world quests. They do things like raw gold farming. They do things like some simple gathering. They do some of the like grunt work, I guess you call it. You get people that do a bunch of the grunt work, and those people eventually look and have the aspiration to move up from doing just basic grunt work to maybe stepping into crafting. And then once you've played around with crafting for a bit and you've got a big stack of cash to play with, then you start looking at like buying out markets and reselling things and flipping as a way to generate some gold. But what Blizzard's done is taken a big chunk out the middle. They've taken a huge, great big chunk out of the middle. And so the first thing that people either have, do I make 500 gold a world quest? And I just need to level up 500 alts to get 500 gold a world quest. Then when they look at the token, and they look at the token being 400,000 gold, they do some, I need to do 800 dragon races to pay for my token, and all of a sudden doing 800 dragon races in 30 days feels like not something that people are particularly willing to do. Or there's nothing that makes anybody any money at the moment in the middle until you get up to like the market manipulation, which only works if a handful of people are doing it. So it's just busted. It's just busted. You've either got to be doing something really special or have a massive infrastructure in place. Or, I was thinking about this a little bit more yesterday, or you need to be super early to the game. The early bird catches the worm. And what you do is you take advantage, you look at what people are doing, you realise that while everybody is trying to flip materials, and everybody is trying to buy things to then sell them later, when everybody is trying to do that, the best thing you can do is be the first person in the door, right? You've got to be the first person. You buy a bunch of stuff when it's at its absolute cheapest. You are watching patch notes like a hawk. The very second something happened, in fact, even that's too late, because people are speculating before we even know anything, right? People are guessing. People are spending a little bit on this and a little bit on that and a little bit on this, and they're entirely guessing. They're guessing, and so then when patch notes comes out and hype becomes real and people start speculating and start buying some stuff, they've already bought a bunch of it. They've already got it really cheap. So then they resell it to all of those people who are planning to then buy it and then sell it for even more.
Is that your wallet?
And unfortunately,
glad to see me.
9 times out of 10, it doesn't work, and people end up taking an L, which puts them in an even worse position than they were before. Just like the trickle-down economics, WoW is a fantasy. Oh, exactly, yeah. It doesn't really work as intended in that regard. Sure, absolutely. Intrepid Muppet with the Prime, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Welcome in this morning. Good morning, good morning.
Hello there.
My new goal-making method is to work more hours so I can buy me a WoW token. Bit of a shame. It's, see, that's always been... There's never been a day, right? There's never been a day where that isn't the most sensible answer. But obviously, if you are having enjoyment, if you're having fun, if you're enjoying yourself whilst making gold, the kickback of then being able to convert some of that gold into Blizzard balance, to pay for game time, to cover the cost of your expansions, to maybe go buy some Hearthstone packs when something new comes out, convert some of it into Rumble coins, buy some Call of Duty boxes, whatever the case is, right? If that is just a byproduct of you having fun doing it, that's great. But there's no denying that from the professions and the farming and the goal-making aspect of the game in general, a good, not all of it, but a good percentage of the fun that can be had is in seeing your goal total go up. Nobody particularly wants to... Nobody enjoys crafting potions so much that they're willing to do it absolutely for free. And so when you start... When you take all of the profit out, when you take all of the low-hanging fruit away for people to be able to easily just sort of, work towards, when there's no gold-making journey, when there isn't the option for you to say, right, today I'll pick up my gathering and I'll work hard for a few hours, I'll make 50 to 100k, and then that will cover the cost of me crafting. And once I've got my crafting set up, then I'll have the ability to craft a few items, and those few items I will be able to consistently sell for a small amount of profit so I can continue to build and continue to grow. When you take that away, a lot of the fun of it goes away as well, I think. And it's putting the economy in a bit of an odd place. Bit of an odd place for sure. I've had Lego days that would like to have a chat with you, but yes, working is usually better. Well, yeah, exactly. This was it. Like back in the... You got to remember that Legos throughout Shadowlands was still, for most players, the doing something above average. If you were crafting and selling all, 32 different slots of base legendary item, if you were doing that, you were probably doing something above average, which meant that you had a path to victory already. And other people were working towards that throughout the entire expansion. 500 times a week you'd see the question, like, is it too late to get into legendaries? Is it too late to get into legendaries? But it was the progression path for people. People could chip away at it, people could work at it. So slowly but surely they'd get somewhere. This is the issue Dragonflight has for players that want to try and make a bit of gold in the game. There isn't that progression path. There's like a massive... You can do world quests and you can grind raw gold And then there's a huge, great big jump. And there's a big gap in the middle before you can adequately do something else that's super worth your time. That big gap is either filled by having ludicrous amounts of gold in the first place, or massive amounts of characters that mean you can do high value things on multiple characters and just sort of super niche down. Like I'm talking like 50 Dracothis alchemists or something, or a 5 multi-box account running knacks for lamented pieces kind of thing. There's that huge gap in the middle. From you need something that's worthwhile doing in the middle between dragon races and like mass market domination. There's got to be something in the middle for people to work on, and Blizzard have nuked that this expansion, which is something I hope they fix next expansion. It's fixable. There are some easy fixes to this as well. One of the easiest fixes would be some reason or some way to keep the value of base materials better. Having Ceravite ore be all variations of Ceravite ore less than a gold a piece is a problem. If you have all versions of Hockenbloom in the same sort of position, when you have the base materials be so unnecessarily cheap, these are meant to pad out your efforts when it comes to gathering. Blizzard has historically never really wanted any produced material in the game to have a gold value of much more than about 2 gold a piece, but at the moment it's too cheap. It's absolutely too cheap, and there's nothing shiny, nothing rare to get your hands on that really interests people when it comes to gathering. This means that your gathering performance is really terrible at the moment, because the entire crafting market isn't beholden to the rare materials you get, or the materials in any way, shape or form you get from gathering. Crafting is entirely stricken by the amount of awakened you get and the value of the awakened. The base materials mean almost nothing right now, and there's no craft in the game that churns through a bunch of the spare cheap materials without also needing awakened at the same time. So that's a very, very small thing that just could so easily be fixed, and it would all automatically make the gathering far more lucrative for people if there was like a get out of jail free card for all of these bonus spare materials that are floating around that have ended up being practically free. It doesn't take much to fix it, but they definitely need to figure out how to make gathering great again. I went into Dragonflight with the impression that gathering could actually be quite fun with the spec trees and that sort of stuff. And I think in some regard, if the things you were picking up were worthwhile picking up, it probably could be. But once again, nobody wants to fly around for an entire hour to pick up 4,000 gold of stuff. People want to see slightly better results for their effort. When 4,000 gold in an hour is literally 1/100th of what you need just to buy a single token at the moment. I sold some cobalt ore for over 20 gold yesterday, the Wrath of the Lich King blue ore. Yeah, cobalt does occasionally. Weirdly, Ceravite, cobalt, and titanium. Wrath of the Lich King ores are semi-consistent sellers. Wrath of the Lich King has some very, very well-established transmog that eventually all uses. There is purpose, there is need for all of the Wrath of the Lich King ores to go into those. It also slowly trickles into the production of mounts as well, which definitely helps. Yeah, we are. I'm deliberately I'm deliberately not going to the new zone yet, because if I go to the new zone, I'll start doing stuff. In 18 minutes time, we get the 19% bonus. So until I've got that on my account, I feel silly actually going anywhere and doing anything. My graphic settings look low for some reason. What have we got going on down here? No, everything's on max. Why does it? Why when everything is on max does it still look weird? A max FPS in the background of 60 is probably not a smart thing to do. I have it locked to 60 FPS because I'm streaming. It means there's plenty of headroom for my graphics card to run OBS at the same time. And also to record the video locally. If I wasn't streaming, it would be 144 Hz, but... It's weird to have the option to make 5 rank 2 into 1 rank 3 for some professions. It's never been worth doing that conversion. I said this at in the beta. I tried to make a song and dance. I gave Blizzard the feedback that that's actually just totally pointless. You've got your maths all so wrong there. The maths is so wrong. There was no chance in hell that a single piece of rank 5 was ever going to be worth 5 times that of the rank 2. The acquisition method for ores didn't facilitate that ever being a thing. That's another thing that, especially considering you had to spec into that as well. That was a real bait at the beginning of the expansion. There was maybe one time for a very short period where it kind of worked for the ores. Kasgarite ore. There was a period in time where getting rank 3 Kasgarite ore was nearly impossible. And so converting rank 2 Kasgarite ore into rank 3 Kasgarite ore, you could kind of... You basically broke even doing it. But that was the only time any of those have ever literally been a thing. The maths on them didn't work. The spread was too high. And if I'm honest, I think it should have worked the other way around. I think that they should have allowed you to take a rank 3 and break it into a rank 2 and break it into a rank 1. But they should have also then made gatherers. That would have also only worked if using rank 1 materials once you were so skilled was actually an advantage to you. But it didn't work. It didn't work. What had I actually done? I'd already made some progress this week over in the dream until I realised that doing anything over there was stupid. We got some rep over there. The aiding the accord, we need 2,000 rep and a couple of seeds to be planted. I need to plant some more seeds. How many seed blooms have we got now? I'm just kind of stockpiling these seed blooms at the moment. I've only, by the looks of things here, got 4 of my characters into the new zone. And to a point where they can do things there. Maybe we need to up those numbers this week a little bit. Use this rep bonus to help us out. I'm going to be laughing when seeing in a few minutes the addition of the buff does not apply to Dream Wardens. No, it does. It does. It does. Something that's a pain in the auction house is the PvP. Trying to sell a commodity is just cancelling every minute. Even for the rare recipes like the Dream Tender's Charm that I got yesterday. But was not able to sell a single one once every 10 seconds a new one gets posted. Wait till Saturday. Pilgrims gives you another 10%. I know. I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that, but I'm not waiting and waiting and waiting. I'm not waiting and waiting and waiting. A bonus 19% is worth waiting for. 10% on top of that is like, nah. Aren't world quests on a 3-day timer anyway? That is true. Some of them would probably expire before Saturday anyway. But then you'd look at them and you'd just do those ones. In fact, by the looks of things, I've only got 3 world quests on my map. What have I got? I've got base control again. Base control, awarding a grand 28 gold. Happy. Oh no, it's the 5 Drake streaming crests that are meant to be the reward from that. I have botanical redistribution. Climbing gear. I didn't realise there was climbing gear one. What? Hang on, that says that's with the Niffen. What? What are you doing here? I suppose the Valdraken are here and the Dragon Scale Expedition are here. I suppose the Niffen can be here as well, I suppose. Get back to your cave. Get back in your cave, you damn rats. Back in your cave. 930 gold for killing the world boss. 800 gold for killing some core hounds. Actually, this area should be much easier to deal with nowadays, shouldn't it, really? I mean, I know Outer World scaling is a thing, but even still, now that we're rocking a little bit better gear, not fantastic, but slightly better at least. Gold rewards is seeming super low in the new zone, almost like it's a legacy zone. Some of the Legion world quests are offering more. Oops. Time to start working. Have a good stream. Cheers for stopping by, Stro. Hope your gym session went well. Don't break nothing. I still need to replace my neck. That's still season 2. We've got a 4-piece 450 set now. Unlikely to change that much unless we get super lucky. Hope your gym session went well. Nothing wrong, is I think what I said. Or at least that's what my brain said. If it didn't come out that way, I'm still not that deep into this coffee. Where do the 450 set pieces come from? It's a bit of a swizz, this. You do a Dream Surge and you do a Rift to get your weekly token. The weekly token gear from Rifts and Dream Surges is 428. But it's on Season 3. It's on the Season 3 progress path. So you can upgrade it to 450. Yet it's still considered Season 2 as far as the Catalyst is concerned. So you can take it back and you can Catalyst it straight away. I heard went wrong too. I was like, that's cool. I did mean went well. Early pre-coffee brain might have slipped. Let's hope Stro didn't die. 421 cuffs. These are Season 3 ones. They could either do with some upgrades or just changing. 441. My boots could do with a few upgrades. I'm still rocking a Season 2 ring that probably needs changing. Okay, I've actually picked up a nice spread of basic gear for this dude. I don't ever expect this dude to be geared much more than sort of 450 anyway. Simply because I don't push endgame content all that much, if at all ever. I mean, I might do a raid finder or two, but the raid finder is still only what do we say raid finder is this tier? 447? Where's it gone? Adventure guide. Oh, have I got in collect? I think I have. Raid finder, we're looking at 444, 441, 450. I can't really imagine my character's going to end up with much more than 450 gear anyway. Unless I actually put my ass into gear and go and do some endgame content for once. So anything above 440 I'm sort of happy with. That's chilling. $450 Season 2 gear. Yeah. That's how it works. So it's a touch better than, you know, what Mythic would have been, you know, last season or literally a week ago. So it's all good. 441, you can upgrade it with whelping crests. Yeah, this is you get 450 gear, but it's 4 out of 8 on the veteran path. So what does that go up to? Like 460, something like that. 463 maybe. Gear's probably good enough to be doing M plus 13s, 15s, to be honest now. Well, if it wasn't for... I mean, BM Hunter had their one day. They had their one day. We got nerfed again now. We're shit. We're shit again now. Our pets were doing too much damage, apparently, so they nerfed us again. We had our one day in the sun. 463 with the Drake's crests. Yeah, there we go. That's kind of where I could get the character to. Cheeky couple of crafted bits and pieces here and there as well. That's probably where we'll sit. So I want to do this shenanigans on a couple more of my toons, getting the full 4 set, because it's easier than, honestly, last season's tier, but at 450 is far simpler to get than this season's tier at 460 or whatever it is. So does full renown give the thing to craft even higher? Yeah, the end of path reward is a heroic token, I think, isn't it? This is the reason why all of the Race to World First guys were pushing Dream Wardens. Speak to Keeper Amrin at the central encampment to receive an enchanted Worm's Dreaming Crest. This can be used as an optional reagent to increase a crafted item's level up to 476. How did you get 4 set pieces with 1 charge of the catalyst? It's using last season's catalyst charges. It's last season's tier. It's not this season's tier. It's basically like having 4. It's basically like having mythic tier from last season. $441 gear in 5 minutes from the anniversary. Oh, was the anniversary event giving 441 gear? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I hadn't thought about that. We're going to need to go and kill, what's his name, the big dude over at outside the Caverns of Time, aren't we? We're going to have to go slap him again. We're going to be running down to Tanaris, apparently, outside the Caverns of Time. Oh, I forgot about this dude. Is there a new mount? Pet, toy, summon? There probably should be, right? Where's... No, shush. Combat log changes with patch 10.2. Measures to prevent out-of-game overlays. Hang on, this is PTR stuff. No wonder this seems like old news. WoW's 19th anniversary rep buff applies to the Dream Wardens. I mean, I don't think there's even really any need to read the article here, is there? Players looking to grind out their Dreambound Augment runes are in luck. With WoW's 19th anniversary, a 19% increase for reputation gains will make the grind much faster. Only if you did it right to begin with, though. As players check their mail, they'll find the yearly celebration package. Once used, that character gains a buff to increase their rep gains by 19% for the duration of the event. Experience and rep gains increase by 19%. Those looking to take full advantage of this buff should use any rep tokens that they may have stockpiled. Every little bit of rep helps. There we go. 1,190. There you go. Yeah, an extra 19% on top. That's how you pad out an article, boys and girls. Little Frostwing. Is this new pet amount, I guess? World first mythic Gnarlroot kill by Blue Shoe. Minus 25% nerf to BM Hunters. They had 1 day. They had 1 day in the sun. 1 day in the sun. Like most British people, the sun came out for 1 day. They ran outside. The next day, they all had sunburn. And we're back. We're back to being average again. Okay, well that's realistically all we need to know. What's this though? Battle Pet added in 10.1.7. Little Frostwing. Tagged as 19th anniversary. This appears to be the new and the 19th WoW anniversary reward for 2023, as per November's Traveler's Log. Win a PvP pet battle with your new pet. Oh, we're going to have to win a PvP pet battle. Okay. Time to do some win trading then. Okay. Ah, it's 11 o'clock. Where's my mail? Go. Stupid game. Reload. Give me my mail. Let's go. Game do game things. Go, go, go. The PvP pit was one of the little jobs you do for tenders. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine then. No, still not lucky. Still never lucky. I suppose I should probably grab all of this stuff. Never lucky. Do you think it needs a relog before I get my celebration package? Four, three, two, one. No, lies. Let's log out. Straight scammed. Straight scammed. Oh, actually. Failed to delete add-ons. Well done, CurseForge. Well done. Hey, an anniversary gift. Here we go. Oh, what did it say? Should we at least read it? Wow, yet another year has gone by for WoW. We wanted to thank you for continuing to play World of Warcraft with us, so here's an anniversary gift to go with your adventures. Whilst wrapping this gift, we found a little friend who wanted to join you. Be careful with that one. We hope you'll join us for a celebration in the Caverns of Time. Nice. Nice. Little Frostwing. Let's have a look at him, shall we? Let's get him out. Oh, look at him. He's a little flappy boy. Little flappy boy. Bring the invitation from the Time Walkers to Chromie within the Caverns of Time. Oh, the chat spam on everybody getting the achievement now. Boom. Rockets do rocket things. More importantly, though, rep bonuses. Thank you very much. Let's use 1,000 rep token bonus doodah thingy. Hey, 1,190. It works. Beautiful. Beautiful. Should we go do Caverns of Time? I think we probably should, shouldn't we? Is this a? It's not a Q4 jobby, is it? You gotta haul ass there, if I remember right. You've actually gotta haul ass. Everybody's running that way. No, that's Jade Forest, Crystal Song Forest, Azuna, Oribos, Valdraken, Silver Moon. Must be downstairs then. Is it downstairs? Hordes, tell me horde things. It must be downstairs, right? Caverns of Time portal. Shatrath. Caverns of Time. There we go. Let's go, gadget, go. Does EU celebrate the anniversary earlier than the NA? Do you all have to pay 90? Yeah, for the low price of only $9.99.99. Oh, he's been tagged already. A Karma's Edge and Ethereum Nexus Reaver is the two things that all the things claims I am still missing. All the things is probably not up to date because I don't think this was ever like testable. They don't feel the need to test this sort of stuff. This could be a prime opportunity for my camp, couldn't it, really? Dead. Azure World Chiller. Well, either I got super duper mega lucky, either that's streamer luck, or it's an absolute cast iron guarantee, easy peasy, 100% freebie. There you go. Maybe there's a quest to kill this dude. I think I just did it. Should we have a look, shall we? It's a pretty banging mount, actually. Yo, it's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, world first, apart from all of these guys, but it's not bad.
Do not proceed. You will be eliminated.
Finland first? Maybe Finland first. I wonder if the old Paragon boys are still playing. Does it have dragon riding? That's a very good question. I wonder, actually, do I want to use my camp here? I probably do. Can I place my camp here? No, not return to camp. Make camp. In case we need to come back here tomorrow. I don't think we do. I can't imagine there's much else I need from this. This is probably... Although there is 441 gear, so... There's 441 gear, so it sort of makes sense to come and kill it on the daily. Out of curiosity, let's, because it is not unlike Blizzard to cause bugs, right? Wonder what happens if we kill him again.
System failure in farm.
Nothing. Okay. Alright then. Well. My question is, how do we get back? I guess it's a portal to Orgrimmar. Okay. Okay, it's portals there, it's portals back. It's not really difficult to go there. It's not really too much of a chore. Oh, we do then need to run upstairs for the Valdrakken portal. Still don't know which portal it is. Is it this one? Silver Moon, Valdrakken. Did you say the anniversary boss has 441? Is that going to be veteran upgradable? Pass. I don't know. It's rumored to have 441 gear. I cannot confirm it has 441 gear, so I only got a mount. But yeah, I mean, we can bang it out on a couple of characters to find out, I suppose. No harm in trying. 441 on the veteran path. Yeah. What does that go to then? 463. Is that going to cap out at 463? I can't remember. Either way. Not bad, not bad. We can pick up a rep token on this dude, or a buff on this dude. Yeah, for a piece of gear that upgrades to 463, it's probably worth killing it every day, isn't it? It's probably worth. Question is how many times can we be bothered to kill it? Oh no! Oh no! Don't go back to Valdrakken. Jesus, this is what happens when I go on autopilot. Unspent knowledge points. I know. Caverns of Time, dead ahead. I'm getting blinded in my eye, look. There's right there, look. There's a gap in my curtain. I'm getting blinded. I didn't do this, actually. Bring the invitation from Time Walkers to Chromie within the Caverns of Time. There's plenty of time to kill him. Can you take me there, please? Can you take me there? Oh, hang on, where's the dragon that takes you there? Isn't he meant to take you there? Oh, yeah, you just pick the quest and he takes you there. I'm missing 2 drops only from all of these world bosses for ATT. 30 kills a day, here I come. World boss gave me 460 champion gear. 460 champion pants. I'm farming the anniversary bosses as well. But need way more than 2 drops. That's pretty impressive. I've never really got into the habit of killing the world boss all that often, to be honest. World bosses all that often. I should have done, because otherwise, yeah, you kind of get behind a bit, but... Hang on, I need to fix this gap in my curtains. It keeps catching my eye and I'm going to go blind. If you hear a crash, I've fallen and I've died. Please send help. I think we're good. World boss doesn't start dropping gear until you no longer need it. Yeah, that's probably true. What is all of this? What are you? What are these chronic crystals about? Hello? Are they the cinematics? Is that what they are? Huh, clever. How we doing, Chromie? Doomwalker has a come and knock in. Defeat Doomwalker in Tenaris. Some time walking badges. Earn 500 honor in Korak's Revenge. For marks of honor and time walking badges. Is this thing going to be busted again? Do we think that they're going to have done the same thing for about the 12th year in a row now? That Korak's Revenge is going to be AFK levelable in? And just completely busted, as it is seemingly at the beginning of every anniversary event ever.
After all these years, Alterac Valley is still embroiled in conflict. We should take a look at how it all started.
I'm not doing that on this dude, but like... At least I've seen that there's something down here to do. Is this the right way? There was also the other quest giver. Oh, what? Where are you then? What do you want? What do you want? Long ago, the great terrors walked our lands. Diddler, 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 diddler. Time walking. Defeat Lord Kasgar in the Blasted Lands. Azurgos in Ashara. And the Dragon of Nightmare at one of the portals to the Emerald Dream. More time walking badges. A time to reflect. Correctly answer one of Jupar's questions about the history of Azeroth. We'll get 112 gold. Mad money. Let's test your knowledge of history then. What dragon appears in the human guise of Lord Victor Nefarious? I mean, it's clearly that dude.
Relax. How you doing, man? Talkie, talkie.
Totally wasn't a lucky guess. What do you want?
System failure.
Anything new here? I can't necessarily tell what's new here because the anniversary event is something that I've often not paid much attention to. Nothing that looks new.
Good to meet you. Won't be sure.
Yeah, that looks to be it. Leroy Jenkins. Leroy's spicy fried chicken. My chicken's so good it's worth dying for. That's quite funny.
Ain't you a chipper-looking one?
Okay. Well, there doesn't seem to be anything new here. Crafted Cloak of War. Add this to your collection. That was from the 16th anniversary. The bronze tinted glasses was from all the way back in the 13th anniversary. Yeah.
Do not proceed.
Corgi pups was from way back in the day. Corgi goggles. If you open the ATT list, it will show you the things you're missing from each of the anniversaries under holidays. Yeah, this one's never one I've really paid much attention to. But I already seem to have most of it anyway. No, hang on. ATT. Holidays. Are we in account mode? We're in account mode. WoW anniversaries. 13th anniversary. I'm missing. Oh my god, so much from the world bosses. Azagos, Lord Kazakh, and Dragons of Nightmare. I legitimately didn't realise I was missing quite so many appearances from these. This is probably because I've never cared about transmog. If there was pets and mounts, I might have done something to get them, but... '15th anniversary... Alterac Valley of Old, earned 200 time walking badges from doing quests and participating in Alterac Valley Classic. I don't think that's even possible anymore, is it? Korak's Revenge. Stormpike Battle Ram. Ah! Frostwolf Snarler. Had I never farmed for these? Maybe I hadn't. Well. If we do truly want to collect all of the stuff, I have my work cut out for me. I'm only missing 2 things from Doomwalker, though.
Do not proceed. You will be eliminated.
None may challenge the Brotherhood.
Alright, fine. Okay. None of this I really particularly wish to do on this exact character, but I've got 825 time walking badges on this dude. I might as well just pick these up.
Be good.
Like such. Right, let's go kill the big dude. Let's go get him gone. Get him gone. Hang on, which way did we come in? Is there a I'll keep up. I'll keep up. Super Bloom leveling with 19% is far better. Are you getting level 60s over there? Is that what you're doing?
System failure.
500 XP a minute at level 50 in Korak. Not busted. That doesn't sound like a lot. You can get from level 56 into the Emerald Dream. I see, okay. $300 XP for each small mob, 1.7k for the elite mob. Okay, like most things, then it'll give you experience, but it's not busted. The trick, the old trick with the Korak's Revenge thing was that you could practically AFK it and get like a level per event. So you AFK 10 level, and there was a whole thing about people like finding and reporting people for being AFK. And there was fancy tricks on how to get into places where people couldn't otherwise get to.
Do not proceed. You will be eliminated.
Super Bloom leveling 19% faster, about 2 levels per Super Bloom. Okay, that sounds a bit broken. When you say you can get level 56s into the Emerald Dream, I'm assuming you can't use the portal normally until you're 70 though, right? Is it that you have to get summoned in, or you have to do mage things or something? No, you'd have to get summoned in, right? Oh, you can. You can just stroll in. Okay, fair enough. Wow. That could be a cheeky way to level up some toons. Slow and steady, but, you know, slow and steady, but if it works kind of thing. I've always had this long desire to level up a whole flipping great big old army, but the thought of leveling multiple characters makes me feel ill. Although, even though I do always see the reason for doing it. I don't know why I'm following this little lady. If you want to do some mass leveling quickly, wait until the next Turbulent Time Waves. I was getting 2 to 3 levels a dungeon sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, I see. If I was going to put my mind to it and do it properly, I'd multi-box the crap out of it. I'd load up 4 more account or a handful more accounts and just spread the love that way. Love that Manthieus is doing a 15-year-old low-level quest explaining the Caverns of Time. Is that what this is? Is that what this is? Okay. Yeah, I saw quest, and so I was like, right, well, I'll do quest then. A bouncy wisdom ball. Donk. Ah, you can kick it. Oh, I got a cool toy the other day, actually. What is it? Where is it? Toy box. I think I favorited it. Oh, maybe I didn't. The molten lava ball. Begin a molten ritual to summon a ball of lava. This was a drop off one of the rares in the new zone. Somebody else has to click. I'm a Murloc all of a sudden. Somebody else has to click it, but if somebody else clicks on it, it starts like a mini game.
Sweet profit together.
Which I thought was quite cool. Updol, thank you very much for the Prime. Appreciate it. Welcome in. Good morning, good morning. Not to mention that toy, like, only because I live by the rule of learn the first and sell the second. The toy was like 100k on the auction house. Clearly because people have not farmed the rares yet all that much. But I learned it anyway. She's just taking me in a wild, great big circle, isn't she? I'm going to be honest, the only reason I did this is because I was hoping that by the time I'd finish this, it would give me a way to easily get back to the surface, but apparently not. Do you have the new engineering toy that you need a mage for to learn it? No, that what? Party platter? Is that the one? I saw something about there being some shenanigans about how you actually go about getting that. I haven't looked into that one yet.
Do not proceed.
Probably should do.
Eliminated.
Oh, I see. I've started this quest, and so I can't stop now until it's finished. But I feel so. Hey, there we go. Right, let me hand this goddamn thing in, and we can piece out of it. That was well worth the 30 copper. Well worth the 30 copper. Right, back upstairs, please. No, that's not the way. Whose silly idea was it for me to come down here? Honestly. Can't you talk to one of these fellas and take a flight path up? Maybe not. Back in my day, you could buy consumables for 30 copper. Kids these days with their gold and silvers only. It's true. Right, let's go slap the big dude. Get that bit done. Oh, this could be wild for PvP, couldn't it? Doomwalker slain. No love for this character today. Where's the quest hand in for this, though? Is it back down in the cavern? It must be, isn't it? I'm not that excited then about having to kill this on every character every day. We should go do these though. Go kill the OGs. You guys will know the answer to this because I'm dumb. These old school world bosses, these were all on a relatively strict timer, weren't they? Weren't they like every 20 minutes or something staggered out? Something along those lines. Does that mean there's going to be, if I'm remembering this at least slightly, doesn't it mean that there's some week aura to track who's up and when? Or have I completely made all of that up and I'm thinking of something else? Two very viable options. What was the Super Bloom achievement name to get all the buffs? No idea. Bloom Man Group, probably. No. Dream Chaser. No. Fruit of the Bloom. Fruit of the Bloom. There we go. Took me 50 blooms, 40 of them for the last fruit. Which one were you missing? Which one? Can you... Well, I'm sure you know very clearly which one you were missing then. if you remember which one you were missing, let the people know so that if it's a rare one.
I always have time for you.
The Nadra Nibbles, one of the 4 epic ones. Oh, I've had that one on my hunter already. Oh, well, that's good to know. I've had that one already. That might be a bit of a saving grace then if I've done that. That coffee went down too easy. I'm very tempted to bang a double coffee today. I looked at the back of a coffee packet the other day because I changed the coffee that I bought. And I noticed on the back of the coffee thing, it says this 1 pack of coffee is meant to be good for 64 cups of coffee. And I then thought to myself, hang on, I go through like one of these almost a week. Is that at the point where I'm drinking too much coffee? That works out at nearly 10 cups of coffee a day. That's not good, right? I have it more concentrated than that, though. I drink my coffee black, and I drink it strong. So I probably condense 4 cups of coffee into 1 normal person's cup of coffee. Oh, you only get that one after you've hit Renown 12 on the account as well. Oh, okay. You just balance me out because I don't drink coffee at all. A normal cup of coffee is about 250 milliliters. I drink my coffee by the litre.
Hello?
Don't you swear at us too much coffee. I know there's no such thing as too much coffee, but my coffee cup has an elephant on it, and rightly so. It's massive. Do you dip your trunk in it? Been up an hour and I'm on coffee 5. That starts to make sense. Now, on my alts, I probably don't care to press these buttons yet even, do I? I should probably save all of this stuff up on any of my alts until I have Renown 20 on my main. Who keeps turning me into a goddamn Murloc? There is too much coffee, 1 sip of coffee and I'll be sick puking for 3 days. Oh lord. That sounds like you could be allergic to coffee more than anything else. But welcome in, Adrestia. Good morning to you. How many more of these do I need? I've got 10 of them. I need 37. Okay, quite some more. Reagents, none. Gotta love that, right? Gotta love the reagents, none situation. This meh dough fella, person, thing is mighty annoying. Consistently posting Skamaz auctions. Consistently on the daily. You can ignore them so they go all away. I know. I know. I just kind of want to see who's being a scam artist. I don't want to easily forget them. Must be working if he keeps... Well, this is the thing, right? People must fill them. Dare I say it? They must get filled. People must come along. They must want to do their work orders for the week, and they must get filled. Because otherwise, why would you keep doing it? There's no reason to keep doing something unless it works. So he's probably making 1,000 gold per order, and you know that means if he gets 400 orders a month, he's paid for his token. It's another, in my opinion. There's a couple of like back in the, you know, it's kind of one of those sort of black hat methods of goal making. There's nothing strictly wrong with doing it exactly, other than I just think you're a dick for doing it, if that makes sense. It's yeah, it feels bad. Feels bad. It's like a slightly unethical approach, yeah. Like baiting on the auction house. Bait auctions on the auction house. Technically, entirely valid way of doing things. It just feels a bit scumbaggy. That you're just kind of like deliberately trying to borderline steal your gold off somebody else rather than earning it legitimately and playing by the rules, but... Satchel of Dreams, 500 rep. Don't mind if I do. What do we get? Sparks. 441. Frigid. Conserve. That word. Wrap. Okay. What else have we got over here? We should have the new campaign quests, you know. We should have the new campaign quests to bang out. Dream seeds planted, a little bit more rep to be obtained. Got the dream jewel crafting pattern, trying to sell the things. Nobody's really buying it. The new 10.2 stuff is an absolute meme right now. Let me just take this opportunity very quickly to show you why. Let me show you why. There's... Right, let's see if I can find it. It's probably buried because, you know, Wowhead doing Wowhead things. Was it this one? No. Here we go. Best 10.2 crafted gear and embellishments for all classes. Alright, so this is now a combination of all of the class guides and all of the, you know, stuff. Season 3 embellishments and whatever. If you look through this list, count how many times you see a 10.2 embellishment, right? So we'll count them. We'll count them together, boys and girls. We'll count them on one hand as well. So, best embellishments, nothing here. So, Death Knights, don't care about anything new. Demon Hunters, don't care about anything new. Druids, Resto Druid might care. one use for the conduit and for the tether. One. Let's keep going. Evokers don't care about anything new. Hunters don't care about anything new. Mages. Now this could be still claiming to use the Spore Cloak, which I think is probably an odd choice considering that's been nerfed into the ground. But mages don't care about anything new. Monks. One for the tether. So Mistweaver monks might care about the tether. Paladins Flourishing Dream Helm. Somebody, Holy Paladins might want the new helm. Have you noticed a pattern here that it's only healers so far, right? Priests might care about the tether. Disc Priest, Holy Priest, all healers, right? So no tanks, no DPS. Rogues don't care about anything new. Shamans also don't care about anything new. Warlocks, Shadow Flame Armor Patch, Shadow Flame Armor Patch, Shadow Flame Armor Patch. Shadow Flame Armor Patch, Shadow Flame Armor Patch, Shadow Flame Armor Patch. There we go. Warriors don't care about anything new. So I told you, right? There's only 4 opportunities in the whole game for any of the new 10.2 stuff. Right? According to the people who are meant to know. I don't know the, the legitimacy of, or the accuracy entirely of every single one of these, but these guides are put together by the people that, claim to know. There is absolutely no scenario where any of the new stuff is wanted by anybody. So it's a bit of a shit show. The new embellishments, nobody cares about. The new enchant, nobody cares about. Like, the new stuff that's come in patch 10.2, meh, whatever. It's a bit sad. It's a bit sad. Even after they nerfed the embellishments from last patch, they're still not bothered. The elemental lariat's coming back, though, by the way, which is interesting. Use the Dreamer's Essence on 5 Emerald Preservers, then meet Ysera inside the temple. Signet, Ring. Okay, basic stuff, Flight Stones, whatever. Okay.
You will never take the eye.
Is that a no? Then burn!
Be healed, you. Be healed.
Isles have awakened.
Lariat is good once you get the sockets again. Well, I mean, it was kind of like that in Season 2, but there was just better options. Now the new options aren't better, and some of the old options have been nerfed. The Lariat's kind of coming back to life a little bit. That's still for reference, though, by the way. Does not in any way, shape, or form make it worthwhile buying at the values that it's being, charged for.
Go, Mother. Check on Grandmother. I will hold the defense here.
Thank you, son.
If you, by some miracle, happen to have farmed up the elemental lariat yourself, then, you're not repaying any debt. 415 with a socket. But if you were looking at buying the recipe, it's still not a good value proposition, unfortunately, and probably won't ever be. It's just too goddamn rare to make it worthwhile. People can charge, a mil or two for it. They can charge that price because they've got no competition selling it because it's that rare. It doesn't necessarily mean it's worth that to most crafters. It's worth, it's more in the eyes of collectors than it is in actual crafters. Just people who want it because it's, like me, dare I say. I'm the kind of person who would probably spend that sort of silly money on the elemental lariat because it's one of the only recipes in dual crafting I don't have. And it'll annoy me if I end the expansion not having it, but I probably would buy it and never craft anything with it. Never craft it for anybody. Just simply because I don't care for work orders. Our guild got together and we paid 400k so I could get it back in Season 1. Then you have a nice guild. You have a good guild. I think most will have it from the start of expansion. I mean, I wouldn't bet on it on the basis that, you know, it was still hard to farm for at the beginning of the expansion. And it was also, let's not forget, even from purchasing it, expensive. So, there will be plenty of people that will have it. It won't be like your server will struggle, but my point is here is that there is absolutely no way if you're spending like 1 million gold plus that you'll make your money back on it. You'll spend that 1 million gold, you'll get the recipe, and then you will have to put in 20 hours of trade chat spam on top of that just to break even. So, from a value proposition, it's not great. It's not great at all. It's definitely easier to farm now that people spend less time on the actual continent. What, in terms of the fact that you can just roll over there and the rares are likely to be up? Is that sort of what you mean by that? Which I guess in a way. Oh, hang on, I've just realised this is also the world quest at the same time, isn't it? This is what's going on. Larry, it's just one of those things where as a collector you go back in a year or so to farm for it. Yeah, that's maybe a thing. You just, you know, you drop a tune there. You drop a tune there and you get it that way. I'll probably have it by the end of the expansion, but I'm not putting in too much effort to get it. Where are we meant to be going for this? In here? I'm on fire. What are we meant to be doing here? I'm very confused. Also very confused why I'm on fire. Can I not be on fire, please? Cutscene?
Galak, you have returned from your hunt. I trust the weapons I supplied you were effective. Good.
Nasty son of a bitch.
Now go. Take the eye. But bring me any prisoners you capture. Virak may want them for more testing.
It will be done.
Okay. The only busted item seems to be the Shadow Flame embellishments for the Sims. If they change it, the 10.2 items will be good items. The point is, though, in that regard, it's too late, right? It's mostly too late because the Sims are out there. People sort of have an idea of what they're doing. Why is that draconium deposit green? Huh, shiny. The opportunity for big market success with that sort of stuff is already been and gone. That was yesterday. If they change it now, it will just happen to play into the hands of the people that took a risk buying up a bunch of the materials in the hope that it changes and they got lucky. There's no science in that at any point. There's no skill in that. You took a gamble and it paid off. But even then, it will very quickly pass. I think it is a bit odd that they've added new embellishments for this new patch, and they're all just dog doo-doo. But when you look at them, they're all very healer-focused ones anyway. They're all about healing something or somewhere. There's, it's which obviously means that when people are like, they want to kill shit and they want to kill shit fast, they're less impressed by things that are going to give somebody a healing buff. It's like, yeah, great. We'll come back and finish that world quest later. My policy on collecting stuff is that as long as I have other things to collect, I won't buy it. If it gets to the point where it's the one thing I'm missing, then I'll buy it. Well, I kind of go in the opposite direction. If I'm collecting stuff, I will buy the things that I can buy. I won't farm for things that I can buy, because in that regard, it's almost always better to make gold and then buy the things that you need. What you want to be farming for is the things you can't buy. Farm because then you're not in any way, shape or form. You're being optimal with your time then. It's like when people try and do crafting, right? People who, let's say you have leatherworking as a profession, a lot of people, and even the game points you in this direction. If you have leatherworking as a profession, a lot of people will be like, oh, well, I'll pick up skinning then. I'll pick up skinning as well, so then any materials I gather while skinning, I can use crafting within leatherworking. Well, that's usually not the best approach, because if you then go out and spend any time skinning to get the materials, there is probably a very good chance there's something else you could have been doing that would make you more gold faster than what skinning would do. And the smart thing to do is to make the gold as fast as you can make the gold, and then use that gold that you've made to buy the leather that you need for your leatherworking. Going out and this leads back to the whole "I farmed it so it's free" meme within the gold making community. People assume that because you farm something up yourself, it is free, and it means that your crafting becomes profitable. Not really, because you had two options with that material. You could either use it for crafting, or you could have just sold it. And in many cases, people could get more gold by just selling the materials rather than crafting with them, which is just odd. Well, it's not odd. It's just kind of just the basic understanding, isn't there?
It is Lord Ithar. I have already sounded the horn to bring our
Marithra is right.
And it's the same for like collectors. This is why there's a big crossover between like collectors and gold makers, because you kind of can't really do one without doing the other. I mean, you can if you're gold making and you're solely focused on making gold in the game, then you probably don't collect much of anything. But the other way around, if you are collecting stuff, you often will find that you need a lot of gold to get the stuff you can't easily collect, if that makes sense. There's a really strong crossover between sort of like the two niche communities. I can't remember what I'm doing here. Dirt piles again. Of course it's dirt piles again. Always with the dirt piles, Blizzard. Jeez Louise. Always with the dirt piles. I'm a mount collector and only got into gold making to be able to afford the mammoth mount back in Wrath. It's often the case, right? People realise that, hang on, there's some big ticket items here that if I want them, I can pay for them, but they're not cheap. Yeah, it's kind of odd that most people don't realize when they go out and farm materials that they have two options. They can craft with them, and if they can add value to those materials by crafting with them, great. Alternatively, you should just sell the materials. This was less a thing previously though, because when you were on, everybody was selling their materials on their own realms. It was entirely possible for you to want to just split your effort up, right? So you might go out and do some farming. You might gather up a bunch of materials. And if you, let's say you'd spent the afternoon farming a specific thing, you might all of a sudden have way more of that thing than you or the rest of your guild, or you or the rest of your server would actually ever need. And so you would use crafting as a way to just diversify a little bit. That diversification isn't really needed anymore. If you can't add value to those materials when crafting with them, which you often cannot now without an excessively well leveled up crafting profession alongside, your smartest option is actually just to sell them.
Why am I awake?
Bloom in 1. Yeah, we'll go do the bloom. Let's go hand this in and then we'll head back over to the bloom.
What would you ask of me?
421 braces. These are exactly the same as the ones I've got.
Is it time to go already?
Time may pass, but the dream is eternal.
Honestly, it makes more sense to wait until 10 after the hour and just join to kill the boss. In a way, it kind of does, but there are some achievements that can be done.
Rest well. For Amudrisil, is it time to go already?
Oh, I wonder with these sorts of things. I wonder when you get phased into these areas, if there's opportunities here. If any of these mobs end up dropping stuff. E.g. gold. I wonder if these mobs all despawn once the bar's full. Dreaming Essence is down to 2.7k in the EU. Check the price of it in the NA. It'll make you giggle. It was like down to 1.2k gold or something over on Team NA. A strong indication that nobody has any desire to buy it. More dirt piles? Of course, more dirt piles. Somebody was watching, probably trying to decide whether to flip. Well, I mean, I can't make it any clearer that investing in Dreaming Essence right now is not a smart move. Nothing that is utilizing it in any way, shape, or form is in demand. if there's some sort of hotfix or some nerf or something to some of the old embellishments that pushes them down the ranks and then brings the Season 2 ones back up, then maybe. I mean, that will also, let's not forget, mightily frustrate a whole bunch of players who maybe have bought an embellishment or two already in preparation. Blizzard is always quite careful about doing sort of hot fixes like that, especially mid-race. You know, the rate that the raids just come out, you kind of don't want to make too many changes to that sort of stuff. If something's on Abyss list now, it probably should stay on Abyss list now. About 8 mil profit on enchants yesterday was a good day. Yeah, enchanting will do well because everybody's replacing all of their gear and then in turn rechanting all of it. I expect the price of the Shadowflame essence to rise. I mean, it already has. The Shadowflame essence was down to like 3,000 or 4,000 gold before. Now it's up to like closer to 10. I said I was going to go do the Super Bloom, didn't I? And I kind of got distracted continuing to do these quests. Upgraded? How? Socket. Okay.
May your dreams be peaceful.
They might add new recipes in 10.2.5 that use the new reagents. I mean, everything's possible, but it's not something I'm banking on. The add-on's called Classic Numbers, by the way. Shadowflame came down to 5 again. It was up to 7 yesterday. Yeah, well, it's clear that the Shadowflame stuff is still the go-to for most classes. So 10.1 and 10.2, it just goes to strength, in my opinion, that this patch is very underloved. Hopefully because they are working hard on the new one. I mean, that's you know, that's always the that's always the thought process, right? But one of the very first things I said about patch 10.2 was that it's an absolute copy paste of 10.1, and there's been very little about this patch that's turned up to change my opinion on that. They were like, right, okay, let's, you know, 10.1, it didn't cause any problems. It worked. If it's not broken, don't fix it. If it's not broken, don't fix it. And so we are just going to copy paste what we did previously. Hope nobody really notices and focus on the new expansion. Although that worries me considering we've still got a year left of this expansion. Safe and boring. Dragonflight, I've said this before as well, Dragonflight is the most safe expansion they've ever done. Right, they have taken no risks in Dragonflight. And for a lot of people, that has resulted in what feels like just a lack of creativity, honestly. A lack of, like, you know, interesting new stuff going on, if that makes sense. I've just realised, actually, I should probably go and get the... Oh, I'll do it in a minute. Go get the buffs from this super bloom. I mean, look at how many people now are even saying like the cutscenes of this entire expansion have just been subpar. I think more and more people are starting to realise what's going on. It has been a good year for games though, so you know, there's definitely an advantage there. But luckily, if people need to, there's other stuff to keep them busy quite nicely. Story's soy, woke and boring. I mean, that's one approach to it, I suppose. Star Shower? I'm not sure I've had Star Shower before. Where's my achievements? What did we say it was called? Fruits of the Bloom? Star Shower or the Super Bloom? Oh, we need Star Shower. Let's take that then. Mighty Roar and Flower Trail. Oh, we need Flower Trail as well. Not even new pet battles in the new zone. Well, this is it. They copy-pasted and took stuff out, which is like the odd thing. Or, what you could say is that they, when they made patch 10.1, they added a few bits of flavour in. They just took the base foundation of exactly what is needed to make a zone feel like a zone, and then didn't add any spice. No seasoning. You can have Wagyu beef, but with no seasoning, it's going to taste bland. If you just use your, you know, your default. At the same time, we'd like better than, you know, ketchup. Let's get back to people cutting people's heads off. Well, this was one of the main critiques, like back in the day with Mr. Pandaria, in that the story was soft and fluffy and, you know, or should I say, maybe not so much the story, but, you know, the setting. You know, oh, it's all cute and pandas and beer kegs and stuff. People want a bit of, like, you know, a bit of something to grab hold of. I mean, I know this is a you know, controversial opinion to have in 2023, but I would imagine the lion's share of players, or the vast majority of players of this game, are now middle-aged guys. This is no longer a game that is like people. I don't think if you're recruiting people into a guild nowadays, you have too much problem with like teenagers applying for your guild. You might have some here and there, but I think the vast majority of people playing this game, or at least attempting to play this game in any serious fashion, are, you know, at the very least in their 20s now. I think they kind of like are expecting something, you know. They can have a drink in a bar. They can watch an 18 rated, you know, a mature rated film if they want. If they're going to sit and play video games a lot of the time, you know, they want a more thrilling storyline. They want a more thrilling. They don't want to sit and watch a rom-com. They want Die Hard, you know. We had 2 father-son duos in a raid. Oh, that's quite cool though. The generational play is quite cool. Like I said, it's, you know, I'm not ruling out younger players playing this game, but I generally think if you are under the age of 18 right now, I doubt World of Warcraft is high on your list of games to play. And if you are, you're probably sweating it out in Classic instead. Kind of the reason why we're excited about Chris Metzen's return. Let's see what impact he has. I'm not a big hopium huffer of that one guy is going to change the direction of an entire franchise, but you know, he's clearly a core component, and he's definitely good for PR. So let's hope something cool can come out of it. I mean, I bet his salary is something impressive to see nowadays. I bet he is making a bag. Brought energy back on the stage, and he's nice to look at. He's got that scruffy but groomed biker look about him, doesn't he? So gets people weak at the knees. For example, Anduin, the new cinematic showing signs of things like PTSD. I mean, that's kind of a more gripping storyline, right? I think I just to use the the film industry example a little bit deeper. Like I said, I don't think people are particularly looking for a comedy or a rom-com or, you know, anything particularly light-hearted. I think people are looking for like that action film thriller sort of vibe from World of Warcraft, right? Like there's nothing in the title of that game. There's nothing in the roots or the foundation of this game that indicate you'd expect anything other than like a gritty, you know, action adventure. You can sprinkle in a few daisies and a few, you know, few niceties here and there, but you got to be careful that you don't overdo it. And this is where I think Blizzard being safe is a problem, because safe leans more to the rom-com side of things, right? Something safe. What can we make that isn't going to rock the boat? It's more, you know, Blizzard not taking any risks, Blizzard playing things safe is more like a Marvel movie, you know? Suitable for everybody, guaranteed to make some money, but ain't never gonna win an Oscar. So, but then again, business is business. There's a reason why every third film in the cinema is a Marvel film nowadays. WoW has plenty of safe rom-com stories. They all happened in the background of something else previously. Now they're more of a main focus. Maybe true. Yeah, maybe the case. Maybe they're taking a little bit more of a front and center approach, which is, you know, you could have. There's always room to build in a romance somewhere. There's always room to build in that smushy scene in any film. But you don't want it to take up the whole, you know, you don't want it to be center stage, I don't think. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's plant a seed, maybe? What are you planting? What are you going to be planting, then? You have planted a rare. We'll go in for some of that. Need to plant some more seeds anyway. And insta-capped. Nice. Right, I've got 3 minutes until this spawns. I'm going to take a quick ad break, boys and girls. I should be back before the end of this cycle. And where we will continue. Entertain yourselves for a few. I'll be back in a minute. The sun has got his hat on. Hip, 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 hooray. It is lovely weather outside. I actually need to do some gardening today. If the sun stays out by the time stream's over today, I might actually go do some gardening. Be constructive with my life, rather than sitting inside playing video games all day. Might not be a terrible idea. You have to keep in mind that during the development of Dragonflight, they were right in the eye of the storm of all the drama, so no real surprise they played it. Well, that's actually true. You forget that the development time of these games is... They had probably got quite a vast amount of Dragonflight done, even, you know, midway through Shadowlands when everything was going horribly wrong, both in-game and out, for Blizzard and Activision. So there is... Yeah, there is probably this expansion could end up being, you know, the fruit of that labor, which was very, you know, disjointed, interrupted. Oh, what? I waited 3 minutes for 8 Ceravite ore. Jesus. Let's go hand that quest in, because that quest has got to be worth at least a Renown level. Plus 20%. So we should hit 17? What are we now? 15? Nearly 16. We should hit 17 if we hand this in. 2,500 rep.
Varrock still assaults the Wellspring Temple, but the barrier holds strong.
Where'd you go?
As long as it remains
Buff.
intact, the World Tree is safe.
17. Boom! 17. 3 to go. 7,500 rep I need. 7,500 rep. Play movie. Yeah, cool. Meet Alex Strasser in the Verdant Pass. Okay, sure.
We must draw Varrock away from the temple until the bloom is complete.
Victory is a fleeting hope. We will not be able to hold Varrock's attention for long without reinforcements. I know I ask. What
Where we
may
going?
seem impossible.
We must try.
Up this way.
If the rock reaches
Okay.
the heart of the
Oh,
Manthieus,
there's
all of
actually
us shall
the quests over here as well. Oh, we might. Let's say 18. I think is a guaranteed. Might we get 19 today? I don't think we'll get 20 without doing some shenanigans. But what did we get for 17? You may acquire the Sun-Touched Dreamstag and the Lunar Dreamstag from Moon Priestess Lazara at the central encampment. And we can go over to Sylvia and pick up some gigantic dream seeds. Okay. Let's do just that then. Who do I get what from and where? From you?
Call of the wild.
I apparently can't buy any of these yet.
Find your own trail.
Is it
We
you?
will be with you.
Aha. Oh, did we not buy the pets yet? Oh, I hadn't bought the pets. Well, we'll have one of you. Juniper, spruce. Juniper, spruce. We have the ensemble. We have some cosmetics. We have Reigns of the Lunar Dreamstag, 1,200 Dragonile supplies. One of you. Reigns of the Sun-Touched Dreamstag as well. One of you. A watering can. Okay, sure. Bow. A crab claw looking trowel. And a forest looking shovel. Use the shovel chance. Okay. Right. New stuff. Another pet. Another pet. Another mount. And another mount.
Life is all around us.
Now I can buy Stargrazer. Because now we have one of the right types of mounts to buy that one. Yoink. Oh, when it rains, it pours, boys and girls. There she be. There she be. 447 total mounts now. I'm still quite some way away from the magic 500. Do side quests give rep here? Yeah, most of the side quests give you a rep token at the end of the storyline. So you've got to do a few quests to get there. But you should get there. Oh, hang on. Is there... No.
The wildlife are in serious danger if we do not act swiftly. Come assist with the rescue mission before it is too late.
Act swiftly.
Farak has entered the battle.
Good. We want him as far from the temple as possible.
Flight stones, dewdrops, spirited stags, waistguard, 421 waistguard, 421 boots. Neither of those are going to be particularly useful for me at this point. Could be handy for alts, quickly leveling up though.
He burns for retribution. Farak will stop at nothing.
Plant a seed. We haven't done that much before.
Life finder. There will likely be heavy casualties.
Where are your reinforcements, Alexstrasza?
Oh shit! Frack nuked me. Absolutely nuked me. Maybe I should pay attention to him then. Oops. I got squished. Let's try that again, shall we? I like the fact that these super bloom buffs though stick around for when you're off doing other things in the zone as well. How do you get to 17 so quick? I have an ult at 10, but I reckon this turn will be 14 when done all the campaign and stuff. Well, if that's the case, you've missed some stuff, is the honest answer there. I haven't done any, like, crazy shenanigans. I haven't crazy farmed stuff, like seeds or anything like that. Mathematically, if you could get to 10 on one character, you should be able to get to 15 on the other character doing the same thing. Obviously, I was able to get to 10 and then get to almost 15 last week. We now have 2 additional chapters, which should be at least 2 additional Renown levels, which is how I've got to 17. Plus, obviously, you know, doing a few world quests, doing a few bits and pieces. So if you've only got to 14 on your main after getting to 10 on your ult, there's still some stuff you're missing. Tama's Dragonflight Helper is pretty good at showing you what you might have done and what you might have not done. Do we need to kill this dude? I think we do. Let's give him a slap then, shall we? Reduce damage by 90%. How do I get rid of his... How do I get rid of his shield? Bruto arrived yesterday, easy clap. Yeah, congrats on that one. I really should just plonk a character or two with a gold cap at black market auction houses. My real problem though, more than anything, is the time that they reset. It's just not convenient for me to check it every day. I mean, at this rate, I probably don't even check the black market auction house once a week. So my likelihood of ever getting it is like 0 to none.
Immortality will be ours, forged in fire.
But yeah, it's showing up often enough for some people to be able to put some effort in to actually get the Longboy now, which I think is quite cool. Assuming, of course, you've got that 10 million ready and waiting, because if you spot it, you need to insta-cap it before somebody else does. Otherwise, it'll be a sad day. Took me 4 months of checking 2 different realms with that gold cap. Yeah, see, this is it, right? It's going to take you some time. I get TSM notifications, so I see when it turns up. And it's every other day I get a notification from TSM that it's up somewhere. But of course, it's being in that somewhere at the right time before somebody else is also in the right place at the right time. Do you just have to, like, kill him a bit and then he... Yeah, okay. He gets froze and then dies. Oh, wait, did they put it in the trading post for 8k tenders? At the same time, they conveniently put an 8k store bonus tender purchase for $100 or something. Just coincidentally, of course.
The prophet of the flame must be the one behind it all.
Where are your reinforcements?
Panty got it like 1 to 2 weeks ago, but he's also seen 9 of them gold capped. He also bought a boost for a couple of other realms, so he actually paid 21 million plus for it. I mean, if you've got the gold and you want it, does it really matter how much you pay for it? This is why I think it'd be quite fun if they like uncapped gold, right? Just imagine how much things would go for in the black market auction house, like the Longboy, if there wasn't a gold cap. Imagine how much people would spend if, you know,
Why Kasgar and our allies cannot reach us.
if you could dump more than 10 mil. Like, the irony here is that 10 mil as a gold cap gives multiple people a chance. If they were to ever lift that gold cap, it would then very, very quickly fall into the category of, well, if you don't have like 50, 100 million, you don't even have a chance, which is pretty wild. They'd have to increase the gold limit in bags. Well, this is what we're suspecting might happen come 11.0, because if they make gold an account-wide currency, then no longer do you have gold in your bags. You just have gold and it goes into one pot. And then there is realistically not much reason for that pot to ever have a limit on it. Because realistically, what value is there in there being a cap? There's not really any. The cap used to be there for technical reasons more than anything else. It was a technical limitation back in the day, and then they slowly increased it, but realistically nowadays I don't really see what value having any sort of cap is. I know this is a very niche question, considering the vast majority of people have less than a token's worth of gold, but at least in this community, it is more common for people to have sizable amounts of gold. There's a rare down here somewhere. Is he in the cave? Let's kill this dude. Don't know if he has anything I need on him. Forge Breaker's belt, maybe? I think that's for a different class even. That's not even for this class. I left BFA with 3.4 million, and now when I have the Bruto, I really have nothing else to go for except the vendor mounts. I can start to try hard for things like the spider mount. This is almost one thing to why I don't really want to put much effort into getting the Longboy, because I also think I'm in a similar position. I think I still enjoy making a lot of gold, because I think at some point, one day I might get it, sort of thing. It's almost the holy grail for people that don't have it. And it's invaluable to those that do have it. I do kind of worry that I'd lose a huge amount of interest if I did ever get it in the game generally. The idea of something that's achievable but also unobtainable is quite appealing. I don't know how better to describe that, but Cloud Song's assistant. I still need more scraps of parchment. Where's the last Cloud Song? Over here. The way Blizzard's going, it'll be on the trading post one day. Oh, of course. I have no doubt they will make it available in a more sizable way at some point, probably in the future. But for now, let's be slightly thankful that they at least fixed it appearing on the black market auction house. Because whatever they did, there was an event where they put the tusks of Manaroth on the auction house, on the black market auction house, sorry. They put the tusks of Manaroth on the black market auction house for everybody to have a go at. And in the process of doing that, they ballsed up and broke the Longboy ever appearing there. I don't know what they did, but it was coincidentally at the exact same time that the Longboy then randomly stopped appearing on the black market auction house. It wasn't particularly often seen on there prior to that anyway. But luckily, they have now fixed it over a year later. And people can at least, if they want to, try and get it. The Bruto got fixed when all the other BFA mounts started to appear. Yeah, I don't know exactly what they did to break it back in the day, but they bust some in.
I cannot stand by any longer. I must join this fight. Where there is life, there is hope. From pain, we draw strength.
This is pair of legs. We've already got better legs already.
We will destroy the flame wards, while Viranoth holds Varrock's attention.
Clear out the Skyfire turrets.
Once the walls are down, this is our only chance. $500 to $700 in value back in the day. Yeah, if you took your credit card out and just paid for it, it was quite expensive. I know a few people who did. I was not one of them.
Let's make sweet, sweet profit together.
Potsdam with 12 months. Happy anniversary. I suspect there could be a few of those this month, actually. Appreciate the Prime. A lot of first Subarunis with the expansion launch this time last year. I clearly appreciate anybody that subbed this time last year and has kept it going ever since. Big thank you on that one. I mean, obviously, I appreciate all the subs. Two of three. Where's the last one then? Down here somewhere. Oh, flew straight past it. Manthieus playing favourites right now. I don't play favourites. Sick to death of seeing emerald green apples though. If we're talking favourites, stupid green apples is not it.
Excellent work. Leave the rest to me.
Unless your name's Zan or Kachak, then you're his favourite. Why? What do you think I've got against them pair? I'm quite sure I've been subbed to Zan for a few years now. Do you think Dracothist will keep going down in price? No idea. Oh, boom. Headshot.
Well done, champion. Now we must.
Oops.
It seems your reign is finished, Alexstrasza.
You once fought for an ideal, Farak. Now, you merely seek power.
Yes. And you are in my way.
Amir Drasil will never be yours. Your obsession will destroy you.
Oh, this is your end, Alexstrasza. The Dragon Queen!
Hey, Frack, never hit a woman.
Alone.
Don't do it.
I am not alone. Do you not see? All of Azeroth stands united against you.
It is time to end this! You will all fight together!
Fast and Furious Warcraft edition.
Do not let him escape.
Dun dun dun.
Azeroth has answered us.
Dun dun dun.
So shall not fall.
Holy damn, that's so stupid. This is the problem. This is the problem. They need a story that like people can get behind. This is just Mickey Mouse. Slay 15 enemy proto-drakes flying above the fields. Okay.
Once more to battle, Viranoth. May this be the last between our kinds.
You'll pay. You'll all
You are
pay.
a dreamer, little one.
I know a lot of people have been calling it pretty Disney, and it kind of is. Sorry, well, I was saying something about Dracothis. Like, I hate speculating on price. All I can tell you with Dracothis is that people have been setting up alchemists to make Dracothis on as many alts as they can get their hands on since forever. Excuse me. Meaning that there is absolutely no shortage of the things. With absolutely no shortage of Dracothists being created, it is very, very unlikely that the price is going to rise. The price was rising before the patch because people were choosing to A, not sell the ones that they were creating, B, were speculating that the price would go up and so were buying them for when they, in theory, thought the price would go up. And so, you know, the price steadily rose before the patch even launched. Now the patch has gone live, everybody is trying to sell all of their squirreled away, and ultimately it's meaning there is a vast oversupply of all of them. So the reality is, no, probably not going up in value anytime any soon. You might find, you know, if you might find some occasions where it goes up by 1,000 gold, but then only to come down again. Very, very unlikely. You've also got to remember that at this point, it's just the same as any other crafted item, right? Speculating the price of a crafted item will go up is madness. The only way a crafted item goes up in value is if the materials that go into making that crafted item also go up in value. Glow spores are not going to be going up in value anytime soon. Isn't there like 5 million glow spores or something ridiculous on the auction house now? Maybe even more. Glow spores have been farmed, bot farmed, like for months now. They were also a commodity that people heavily stockpiled in. They were as down as like, glow spores were down to like 8-9 gold at some point before the patch. They rose all the way to like 17-18 gold again with all the speculative purchasing. Now they'll just go down again and probably keep going down. The chances of any significant increase in value of any of these items nowadays is slim to none. All of the opportunities tend to nowadays come before the patch actually launches. Once the patch has gone live, you're competing against everybody else that stockpiled them and is now panic selling them to try and recuperate any gold they spent on them. It's the way I see it anyway. It may only be one person's opinion, but it is the opinion of somebody that's done this for a while. I've seen these patterns before. Oh, turned you green. Can I turn you green too? Boom. Have some shiny greenness. Imagine the faces of all 100 alt dudes. This is it. The number one thing that has been anybody that's asked how to make gold in the last 4 months has been told exactly the same thing from anybody. They've all been told that, well, Dracothists. So the amount of alchemists out there, are already the ones that are already out there. The ones that have already done it are the ones that will continue to still be able to turn a profit from it because they won't be recuperating any costs from setting it all up. Is my God's honest approach to this. If people ask me how to get into gold making, I always tell them I made my first 100k by selling vendor pets on the auction house. Once upon a time, entirely possible. Once upon a time, that was the meta. Yes. 20 silver brown snake for 40 gold. Yeah.
Has retreated to the temple entrance.
He has retreated.
His finalists are desperately trying to break the barrier.
Another cutscene. Flooded for cutscenes.
Amir Drasil will fall to flame.
Well, you're a big, nasty, ugly, aren't you? That's a big, nasty, ugly. I presume we need to kill him. Spirited Stag's Curve, a bow, or a bow?
The center of Farak's forces are faltering. Only the Prophet stands in our way.
Boom. Headshot. Absolutely wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. People are still lazy, won't fly to Netherstorm to get a pet. Oh, it's true. It's true.
You are all useless! Move aside! These worms dare to challenge me? My will shall be their ruin! This temple will be mine!
One of my add-ons tells me which quest rewards sell for most gold if there's no upgrade. Very handy. Zygor does that, but I think Pawn is probably another one that will also do that.
Farok has breached the temple.
Like here, for example, it's highlighting the Spirit Stag's longbow. It has a vendor sell price of 101 gold as opposed to 94, so it's telling me to get that since neither of them are an upgrade. I think Zygor does this as well. Pawn just shows a little gold icon on it. Okay.
Treasure the gift.
Enter Admidrasil, the Dream's Hope, and defeat Farak. Oh. That'll give me my Enchanted Worm's Dreaming Crest. An Ember of Farak, which is another 2.5. Oh! Oh. Oh, so I don't get the rep from this chapter until I've killed Farak. Oh, well, okay then. Well, that's not happening for weeks then, is it? Because stupid LFR do stupid. Oh, well, that's annoying. Enchanted Worm's Dreaming Crest will be cool. We'll get a second one of those. A second one of those from Renown 20. So that would be 2 pieces of 476 gear. It makes a lot of sense as a hunter for me to... I have a crafted bow. It makes a lot of sense for me. I don't know if it's in my bags at the moment. It makes a lot of sense for me to upgrade my bow of the Dragon Hunters. Probably. Because, you know, big weapon, big things. We could upgrade that to 476. And then I've got an elemental lariat knocking about somewhere. That's probably a good candidate to level up as well. I don't know. It's probably better for hunters. I've not actually looked into it. I'm a bit sad I can't actually complete that then until, well, probably forever, because I'm not going to go do the normal raid. Okay. Yeah. They do this. I don't know why I'm surprised. They do this every patch. They do this every patch. You just getting to do the story, and you're just about getting there. Then they slam on the brakes because you're not going to be able to get the last chapter. He's not going to be killable on LFR for weeks, is he? Quite literally weeks. Annoying thing is I killed Farak yesterday on normal, so it's going to be next week now. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, it probably would be. Yeah. Time to mute you, join a meeting. Another one of those, it could have probably just been an email. Yeah, they're the best meetings. Huh. Okay. Well, that's kind of frustrating, because I was hoping we'd get a little bit further with the reputation then, but I'm being cucked for an entire rep level. Okay. Sure. Alright. Pug it. I mean, it's an option. It's an option. Not an option I'll do on stream, though. I don't really consider that to be fantastic stream content. Let's get these last couple of quests done then. I know I was talking yesterday we might go do a stream run I think if we are going to do that, that's something we do in the evening one day. Maybe tomorrow evening, Friday evening, possibly. We'll see. I've not decided, but there's that feels like a good thing to chill in the evening, have a few beers, go kill a few bosses. That sort of thing. Oh, we've got to kill a bunch of these. 8 of these? Did it say something? 8 of these? Kill you. Two. Can we round a few up? Much better, much better. Where's me leaflets gone? There's one down here. Why is that? What's a flame seed? Attacks and abilities have a chance to inflict fire damage. Fair enough, I'll do. Take it. Molten. Oh, books.
Those
Bonus
Kaldorei
books.
born after the great tree was unjustly sacrificed have never experienced the timeless life, free of disease and death. We stood above the world of Azeroth, unconcerned by the petty cares of the peoples who aged and withered before us.
I don't know why sometimes I choose to use my regular mount instead of a flying mount. I've noticed I do this from time to time. It's kind of handy for short trips, you know. Is there an achievement for finding all of these books? I sense there might be. Although actually, if there was, I'd hover over it and it would just say on ATT, wouldn't it?
To reclaim our birthright. He would not know the touch of life eternal. The so-called champions killed him for his passion, for daring to question the established order.
I think, if I remember, this quest should give it almost an entire renown level as well. I remember doing this in the PTR. Turn them both in. Let's clear the. Should we clear the map or we go hand? Let's go hand those in. Let's go hand those in. We need to plant a seed as well, actually. If we plant a seed here. If we. Oh, somebody's already planted a seed here. A blue one. A blue. Oh, there's another super bloom on, actually, thinking about it. We got a few minutes until we need to go to the super bloom. Wildlife bubbled. I mean, that sounds like an easy world quest. What are we actually doing? How do you bubble a wildlife? Click on it and put it in a bubble. Makes sense. Oh, I should have guessed. That's annoyed me now. I should have guessed that Blizzard was going to lock away. I mean, like I said, I shouldn't be surprised. They do it every patch. Oh, yeah, you want to see the final part of the story? Then, yeah, it's behind the last raid boss. This is why I give them so much criticism for not being able to tell a story. Because I don't know how you could look at that and think it's a good idea. You know, this story we've desperately been trying to tell these people. We told half of it last week. We're trying to close it up this week. Oh yeah, by the way, if you actually want to see the end of the story, now you're going to have to wait another however long. Wasn't that the original point of LFR? To allow people to go in and experience the raid and see it. And complete story and stuff. That was exactly one of the main points for it. The fact that they've always then used it as a time gating way to keep people playing for a lot longer has triggered me beyond belief. It's why I think that LFR should be just converted straight into like story mode. They have the tech now to make it so that LFR could literally be like a big scenario. Just have there be 19 NPC players. 19 NPC players that, you know, you do 1 or 2 mechanics. It simulates a raid. Don't have it really realistically awarding any gear, but just have it as a way for you to go through and see the story and have a story be told to you via the process. You know, it's an introduction to what raiding could be. I think delves are the start of that. I do think that it's going that way, yeah. But because let's be honest, LFR as content is completely redundant. Completely redundant, completely void of any sort of like real rhyme or reason. You can for the most part acquire the same item level of gear from just flipping world quests and stuff nowadays. So it's not even as if LFR is really all that valid of an approach for gearing. So you would quickly question then, well, if it's not doing that, what is it doing? It's not particularly telling a story very well, because it's going to make you wait 6 weeks from when you first started reading the book to before you can read the final chapter. Often people consider pugging normal to be easier than LFR anyway, because most people go into LFR 100% expecting it to be tourist mode, you know. I mean, I'm at fault for this too. 99 times I go into LFR, I have absolutely no idea what the boss mechanics are. I've not looked them up, I've not read them, I couldn't care less, honestly. The best option for me in LFR is to die in the first 30 seconds. Then I'm good. Somebody battle reses me, I'm like, you wasted a battle res. I'm not interested in like particularly doing the raid. I'm usually there because I've got a quest to complete, or I'm there because, you know, I want to see what's going on. I just don't think LFR like really has a purpose. LFR was the worst mistake. Raiding normals before LFR is far easier and far more enjoyable. I think it has a negative effect. I think it pulls away from people's desire to do the raid properly. I don't see. To be fair, I kind of have a very similar similar opinion with Mythic Plus, to be honest. I think that Mythic Plus having a gearing path that is equivalent of what you can acquire via the raid actually just sort of detracts from people's desire to go and do the raid. I don't understand how taking 4 people into a piece of content should award the same as taking 19 people into a piece of content. I don't see the logic in that. I don't see why that makes sense. That you should be awarded equally for getting a small group of people together as you are for getting a large group of people together. Only because Blizzard force you to do LFR, it's a bad solution to allowing everybody to play all content. Wrath of the Lich King, you could do most raids normal very easily. Yeah, it's sometimes I think that quality of life is actually a negative as far as the overall game is concerned, because the quality of life things sometimes make it too easy for you to achieve something, or at least partly something, meaning you are less likely to try and put that little bit more effort to go and do the thing you probably should be doing, which is like raiding with a bunch of like mates or finding a guild or this sort of stuff. Originally in Wrath you had 0% completion rate in raid pugs, to be honest though. But it was the stepping stone, and it was the right stepping stone. It was you would pug, and after being annoyed with a pug and not being able to reach the end bosses in a pug, you'd done the first few bosses, you've got a few bits of gear, you got that, you got the bug. You get the raiding bug, and then you start, right, well, now I need to find a guild then. Let me try and find a guild that's doing this. Let me work together with the team. It's pushing you in the right direction. LFR naturally pushes you in the other direction, which I think is the problem. LFR gives people an easy way out, an easy route to achieve something similar, People who you see this a lot. You go into LFR and you see people who are treating LFR as if it's like mythic end game content, and it's like this isn't it. This isn't it. I mean, if they're having fun doing it, fair, but it's an accessibility option that I don't think is really actually great for the game. Don't think a frustrating normal pug experience will push you into searching for a guild. Well, it did. That's not even... It did. Before LFR was a thing, that was your option. Before LFR came about, like, if you wanted to see the raid and if you wanted to kill bosses and you wanted to get better gear, you went and you raided. If you didn't have a guild, you tried to pug it. And maybe after a couple of failures in a pug, some people may just, slam the keyboard and rage quit and call it a day. But a vast amount of people the next thing on their list was like, right, how do I fix this problem? Let me find a guild. Let me find a bunch of people who are more experienced in this. Let me try and find a like-minded group of people to run this regularly with. So it would be, it's a step in the right direction rather than giving you an easy way out. We used to run weekly pug runs in Wrath of the Lich King to look for new recruits. Yeah, you could do. It was, it was forging like, what's the right word here? Forging good habits rather than lazy habits. If you over promote the lazy way of doing something, you can't then be too surprised when everybody ends up being lazy. Now I've probably missed the super bloom by this point because I've done too much yapping, but let's grab these. What do we need on any of these? I've got a third option all of a sudden. Putrid propulsion. No. I don't think I need any of these. Feral Overflow, Life Surge, and Moonkin Mayhem. Moonkin Mayhem I need. Boom. Ha! Literally turned up for the boss kill. GG. I'll take it. I mean, by that point, it's not really worth doing it, is it? But I kind of needed to get here a little bit before for all the ad spam. That's where you get your dew drops from. Boom. Dead. What's still on my list then? Plant a seed. I'm still need to plant a seed. Can I bang an epic one in here quickly? People will come and do this if I put an epic one in here. Also, I think it was far easier to find a decent pug group before they added LFR. LFR seemed to create more raid elitism, making it harder to get into groups. It's yeah, I don't think the LFR is really in the best interest of the overall game. Raiding over the years seems to have got more difficult, seems to have required more from players, and has narrowed its field of interest for people, I think. I don't even think that's an I think. I think that's objectively true, because you now have multiple ways to acquire the equivalent rewards as what you get by going raiding. It used to be that if you want the best gear in the game, well, it dropped off the big bosses in the raid. Now you have multiple ways to acquire equivalent gear, or virtually equivalent gear, from other sources. And if those other sources are considered a easier time, people will navigate towards them. People are lazy by nature. You know, they'll take the shortest path to achieve something. The friction of Mythic Plus, for example, is way less than that of Mythic Raiding. So it's of absolutely no surprise that more people gear up via Mythic Plus than they do via the Mythic Raiding. And the anybody that has been attempting to be within a Mythic guild or recruit for Mythic guild finds it harder and harder and harder to find people, on the basis that everybody is far more content with just running a few M pluses each week instead, and then, you know, over time looting from the vault and whatever. It's a path of least resistance that people aren't at fault for taking. I just don't think that path should have necessarily been implemented. Easy to get a pug group for normal and a heroic, much harder to get one for a mythic group. Well, I mean, that should be the case, I think, really. I play WoW for Goldmaking and Mythic Plus, but if I wanted to do M Plus at a high level, I'd have to raid, no other option. But if a raider wants to do Mythic Plus, they can just wait in their raid gear and still have better gear than people doing hundreds of M Plus dungeons. Oh, what? Yeah, I think that should be the way. I don't see. This is the concept that I don't understand. Why people don't seem to get it. Why shouldn't the best gear come from the hardest content? Why shouldn't it? Why should you be able to get the best gear without doing the hardest content? It doesn't make any sense. Why should you be able to get the best gear in the game taking the easy road? You shouldn't. The best gear in the game should be awarded to those that are able to complete the hardest content. Now, the difficulty of that hardest content is also up for question. This is one thing I think is more problematic nowadays, is that mythic content, I feel, is considerably more difficult than what it probably used to ever be. Yes, the average skill of the average player is slightly increased over the years, but I think the... Oh, another one of these. Are you kidding me? I've got another one of these and it's lesser in quality than the one I'd already got. Ah, boo. Okay, I lost that one. Lost the gamble. If I'm not wrong, I think the highest gear you can get actually does come from mythic raiding. It's a few item levels higher than the highest keystones. Yeah, but it's so close, right? At that point, you were talking like 1% difference in the overall output of the gear. It's like you can, for the most part, achieve within 90%, you know, performance wise. You know, you can achieve the same. Why is... Oh, Green Dream Team. This shouldn't be a quest anymore. I've done that about 4 times. Now it's no longer bugged. It's claims I haven't done it. Okay. Oh, hang on. Got a couple of loot bags here. Hey! Green hair. Oh, gigantic dream seed as well. Don't mind if I do. Okay, so by the looks of things, there's not a huge amount more to do in this zone now. I've done most of the weekly stuff. Just need to clear a few world quests for that. Have I actually got loot down there? Clean out a few world quests, get the last little bit of the rep. And we're nearly there. Yeah, I thought it was lying when it said I had loot down here. What's this one? Claw for Concern. Oh, my capped on Whelpling Dreaming Crests. That's from a seasonal perspective, isn't it? Yeah, I've got 180 out of 180. I'm not going to get any more of those. Where's my Drake's ones at? I've got 116 Drake's Crests. I should probably put these to use somewhere. Have I got any Flight Stones? 500 odd Flight Stones. I love that there are Black Friday deals for Rumble via Battle.net client. $15 gone. What are these? What are these? Sale. Black Friday offers. Call of Duty Modern Warfare from 67% off. $20. That's the old one though, right? This is the old one. They're flogging the old one. Literally flogging the old one. Okay. Warcraft Rumble. %40 off Diablo. Explore deals. Rumble deals. Oh, what are these? Sweet Superior. Snag bundles of overflowing coins, tomes, cores, arc-light energies. The Savior starter. Oh, these are probably the early days. These are probably their only small microtransactions. Yeah, these are probably the small ones they throw at you at the very beginning of the game. I don't think these really contain a lot, to be honest. A Mega Leader Tome, 2 generic Mega Tomes, 1,000 coins. Savior Starter Bundle. And Sweet Superior Bundle. So for $5, you get 1,000 coins, 2 generic Mega Tomes, a Mega Leader Tome. And then for $10, you get 2,400 coins, 4,000 Arc Energy, 2 Rare Cores, and 1 Mythic Tome. There, in comparison to just buying coins, I think that's not a bad proposition. But buying coins is always the worst option. How much is 2,400 coins normally? Okay, 2,400 coins is 20 euros worth of like regular coins. You get it for a 10, so it's half price. It's double the value of the worst value option. That's how you got to look at it. That's how you got to look at it, right? These set the standard for what coins are valued at. But this is the worst proposition that you will ever see for the coins. This is the baseline price of coins. You get 1,200 coins a week just by playing the game. You get 600 for each. Is it 600 for each? Yeah, 300. No, 60 times 5 is 300. Times 2 is 600. Twice a week. Yeah, you get 1,200 coins for free just by doing the Arc-Light Surges each week. So you get 10 euros a week worth of coins in-game just for doing like a handful of quests. Which reminds me, I need to do those handful of quests. What else is in this Black Friday sale then? It didn't look as if they were really shouting about much of anything that was of any interest to anybody here. Diablo stuff, 40% off the Diablo versions. You could 50% off Reaper of Souls if you don't already own it. World of Warcraft, 50% off Warcraft 3 Reforged. They clearly weren't going to do any offers on WoW, weren't they? Because they obviously now bundled in Dragonflight with the new expansion. So, yeah, actually WoW in that regards gets shafted. You get 50% off Warcraft Reforged as a Black Friday deal. Whoop-de-doo. Call of Duty, they're going to flog you the old one. Just because it has Modern Warfare in the title means it might fool a few people. Whereas actually, the new one is still $100. Oh dear. Overwatch. Coin bundles don't actually seem to be on offer though. Limited one-time purchase promotion through till December the 4th. FOMO bundles. And then Rumble. You can get StarCraft on the cheap. More Hearthstone packs, FOMO bundles, catch-up packs. Blizzard Arcade Collection, 50% off. Crash Bandicoot, 50% off. And of course, that's then it. That's it then. So that's actually a pretty underwhelming sale for me personally, because there's nothing of any interest with WoW. Not even like, not even with any in-game services or discount on pets or mounts or anything. Yeah, quite genuinely, not a single World of Warcraft offer for the Black Friday promotion. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. Tokens are already stupid expensive anyway, right? Black Friday sale page listing the full price current versions as well. Yeah, it's... I mean, there should be rules against that, right? In fact, I'm quite sure there are rules against that. Alright. Okay. Did I ever plant this seed? No, I came here because the game was telling me I needed to, and I realised I didn't need to. Let's go see if we can upgrade any gear. Let's go see if we can do a cheeky upgrade or two. Got a bunch of flight stones, bunch of bits and pieces. We can probably level up a few things. What we got as options here? What do we got as options? I probably need to start from the bottom, don't I? Upgrade whatever the lowest thing is. Pair of cuffs, 421 cuffs. These can, in theory, go all the way up to 437 with just flight stones. That's probably not a terribly bad idea. And if it is, well, we made a terribly bad idea. 431. Oh, these are all using Whelpling crests. Oh, that's going to be a problem because I don't have many of those. Well, 4 of 8 flight stones only. That should be it. Oh no, we need a new necklace. Look, our necklace is Scumbag necklace. That's holding us back. 424 necklace. $424 ring. I could do with another ring. Yeah, I need a ring and a neck of current season.
Go carefully.
Should we check the auction house? Should we have a little look on the auction house and see what's up? It's got to be some 424 rings or something knocking about, right? Pretty cheap right now, I'd guess. Oh, hang on, if we complete the weekly as well. We probably have. Let's grab this.
Well then, let us...
What did I say? We needed a neck. Miscellaneous neck. 424 Nipping Knight's necklace. Nipping Knight's necklace for 5k.
Go.
That's an easy fix there. It's not better than what we have, but it's It's not strictly better than what we have, but it's at least this season's. It can probably be upgraded a little bit. What did I say we also needed? A ring. I sold a 424 ring, I think, a few days ago. So they must exist.
This is your time.
A finger. Wow, she dropped 4 mil. She dropped 4 M's on a 470 Daydreamer's glimmering ring with a socket. 4 mil. Heroic BOEs have hit the auction house then, apparently. Heroic BOEs are out there. Big numbers. Big numbers. Oh, I think it's one of these I sold. Oh, I sold it for 44 gold. Check me out. Now 12k on the auction house. Of course they are. Somebody accidentally selling a funky one with some bonuses on it. No. Somebody's selling one with speed and a socket for 80k. GG. We'll just have one of those.
I knew you would like my wrath.
Alright, let's see what we can do with any of this then. So this we should be able to spend some flight stones, get that to 437. Is that then going to be where we sit? 437. 437, 437. If we upgrade this to 437 for a casual 120 flight stones, that is all of our gear at least 437 now. Now, I don't have many flight stones left, unfortunately. Not many. Did I already have one of these in my bags? Wow, what a dum-dum. I already had one of these in my bags. Oops. Oh, well, in theory, I could just sell that one, right? Can you upgrade a piece of gear and then sell it? Does that... Is that a thing? Can you upgrade a piece of gear? No. Does it make it bind on pickup when you upgrade it? I assume it does, right? Ah, it causes it to be soulbound, right? Yeah, okay. I was just thinking if there was some flight stone arbitrage to be had, buying low-level stuff, up-leveling them, and then selling them. Another thing that Blizzard could have done, you know, it's an option. Cash in some bonus flight stones. Maybe not. Okay. At what point and from where then can you do the upscaling of stuff? Surely that should mean now that any Whelpling crests I can slowly but surely upgrade them to... No, what's the cutoff for Whelplings to the next one? Drakes? Just realised I didn't actually spend any of my Drake's crests there either, did I? Just go farm Mythic Plus. I know. Bought a full speed set for around 50k at the weekend. That's not bad. It's not bad at all, actually, is it really?
The city's finest goods.
So this is on the champion track. This is going to take those. We could go... Okay. We could get to 463 with just Drake's crests. I need a bunch of flight stones, though. Missing a bunch of flight stones. That technically has the ability to go all the way up to 476, which is heroic level. But I'll need Worms Dreaming crests for those. Which I ain't never getting many of them without going Mythic Plus. So 4 of 8 champion 463 gear is about as much as I can realistically expect without going to do Mythic Plus or the raid. I see. Oh, this used Whelplings. Oh, but I'm out of flight stones. All of this doesn't matter when I'm out of flight stones. Alright, fine. At least I know where we're going.
May I serve you again?
Okay. I probably need to do some seed farming. Look, I've got 2 gigantic seeds. I've got 27 of the blue ones. Should really burn through a bunch of those, try and get those last couple of pets. We get some rep at the same time, in theory at least. Have you crafted one piece with your Spark of Dreams yet? No. I equally... Where is it? I have a Spark of Dreams. Don't I need 2 of these to upgrade the bow, though? I think I need 2 of those to upgrade the bow. I have a crafted bow, which is my main candidate, I think, for upgrading. Where's my... Or do I not have... There it is. Yeah, I probably want to upgrade this one, I reckon. 2 for the bow. Yeah, it'll be next reset for the second spark, so I'll save this one. I'll upgrade my bow first, because I think for me that's the single biggest ticket item for me to upgrade. If you plan on doing the raid, I'd wait for that, and then the week after for the vault opening. I don't plan on doing the raid. I structure... The very, very little amount of gearing I actually do is structured around not doing the raid and not doing Mythic Plus. Yeah, basically. Didn't you say you were going to raid one evening? I've thought about it. I've thought about doing like a stream raid. I have sort of semi-thought about it. But I've not totally decided. Complete a heroic, a mythic, or a time walking dungeon. Oh yeah, I forget time walking's on here as well. What's, you're not going to get anything out of these just by doing heroics either, though, are you really? I'm thinking about Mythic Plus because there were 4 dungeons from Legion BFA from when I actually played Mythic Plus. At least that way you might remember them a bit, yeah. Yeah. We could do some PvP even, in theory. Unlikely, but in theory. We've done LFR already on this dude this week. That'll only give us a 441 piece of gear anyway, though. I don't know. Plenty to do. Boys and girls, though, the sun is out, and it is that time of year where this does not happen all that frequently. So I am going to call the stream here for a little bit. I know I started the stream early, and so it feels like I'm finishing early, but... what does the watch streak do? Oh, this is a new thing that, well, watch streak has always been a thing. Twitch are just pushing it a bit more at the moment. Some people may be seeing a watch streak bonus thing. It's an incentive for people to, you know, watch every stream. I think all it does is give you a boost to your channel point generation. I'm not entirely sure, though. I'm not entirely sure. I'm still upset that they removed the lift one. I don't think everybody is going to be too upset about that one. But yeah, I get you. 450 extra beans being added to my 300,000 of them. Yeah, I apologize. I should most definitely do more with the beans. Updol, 350 plus beans for the watch streak on a 3-stream streak. Appreciate it. There we go, you see. It looks like you can cash them in for some bonus coffee beans or something. Right, I'm going to go get me some food. I'm going to go get me some gardening stuff done as the sun's out. It's been, there's not many opportunities to do this at this time of the year, so I'm going to get it done. I'll catch you boys and girls tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, isn't it? So I haven't really planned what we're going to do tomorrow for Friday. We have a huge amount of things to do on alts in the new zone, so we might chip away at some of that. I was really hoping to get closer to Renown 20 today, but then we got kind of cucked by the fact that we can't really, without going and doing the normal raid and killing Farak, we're missing an entire Renown level. You see, if I could have got almost to 19, I might have actually considered doing some like seed farming and pushing it a bit and being a bit sweaty, taking up a world contract, going and doing some bits and bobs. I might have sweated it out, but we're a little bit too far away to sweat it out this week, I think. We'll chip away at the basic bits and pieces, but I'm 1,200 rep away from 20. Yeah, see, this is it, right? You can get... I don't want to get so close that I can touch the finish line, because then I'll feel like I want to cross it, but... yeah, we'll see. But anyway, boys and girls, enjoy the rest of your day. If it is sunny where you live, make sure you do touch some grass, see some sun. It's being a vampire all the time is maybe not the best idea. But enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one. We'll be back tomorrow. Come say hi in the Discord and, you know, press all of the buttons. I'll catch you all next time. Peace.